Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Ajagbe. If this is the first time you're seeing me on your screen and you hope to upgrade your beauty skills, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming. You're the real MVP. So for today's video, this is a beginner friendly foundation application video. I'm going to be putting you through all the basics and how to apply a flawless foundation. Please do keep on watching. Starting off, you start with cleaning your face. I'm going to be cleaning my face with a facial wipes. I'm going to clean my face. A clean face is the basics of a good foundation. You clean your face to your neck and you clean everything. So once you are done with cleaning your face, you go over to the next step. The next step after cleaning your face is moisturizing your face. Moisturizing is a very important part of makeup. That is the reason why your foundation will stay or not. I know a lot of people don't like to do it, especially when they have oily skin. They're always like, oh, I have oily skin. So if you have oily skin, please get a water-based moisturizer. But you should not skip this step, moisturizing. And if you don't have a moisturizer, you can always use your normal body lotion, but just make sure that it's water-based. So for moisturizing, I'm going to be using the tea tree moisturizer. As you can see, it says mattifying lotion. So this moisturizer is very good for oily skin also, because it's not going to leave your face oily. I use a brush to apply my moisturizer. So and if you have an acne prone skin, please use a moisturizer that has salicylic acid in it. It is very good for your skin. I don't know if you can see the difference, but my face looks a bit more healthy right now because I just use a moisturizer on it. After you moisturize your face, the next thing to do is to prime your face and mattify your face. Please note that there are two different things. You might get a product that does the two, and you might not have a product that does the two. So in case you don't have a product that is both a mattifier and a primer at the same time, you're advised to get the two. So if you have a mattifying product alone, like for example, if you use Pond's oil vanishing cream, that is a mattifier and not a primer. So you are still advised to get a primer with it, alongside with it. You can't use that one alone under your foundation. The mattifier blocks out oil, while a primer fills in pores and wrinkles. So whenever, assuming you have large pores and wrinkles on your face, the primer would help you to smoothen it out and make it look silky, while your mattifier will help you to blot out the oil on your skin. So moving on, I'm going to be using this as my primer and my mattifier. This product is both a mattifier and a primer at the same time. If you can see the difference, but I just applied my primer here and I've not applied anything here, and I don't know if you can see how this one looks so smooth. My skin on this side is looking all smooth. That's the work of a primer, and it's going to all dry out now. But looking at this side, you can still see texture on my skin, unlike this side of my skin. So that's what a primer does for you. So once you are done applying your primer, you can leave it. You are advised to leave your product, whatever you do, maybe your primer, your moisturizer, you're advised to leave it for like 10 to 15 seconds. Let it sink into your skin and let it sit properly before you move on. Another bonus step that I would like to give, especially for the very oily skin people, after you do this, you can do another method called powder under foundation method. It is highly optional and it is only good for people that have very oily skin. So for this method, I'm going to be using my Zaron Loose Setting Powder in the shade LZ10. For this method, I'm going to show you how I do it. I basically just take a very dry beauty blender and I just use it to press the powder all around my face. This is only advisable for people that have oily skin. Please take note. If you don't have oily skin, you are not advised to do this thing. You are just advised to skip it because your face will be too dry. Please note the way I'm placing the powder, that I'm not just doing it anyhow. I'm letting it soak into my skin, go into my skin very well. If you don't do it very well, it's going to show under your foundation. So you have to make sure that it is well blended, even though that. And you can actually use any setting powder of your choice. It does not necessarily have to be this particular one I'm using. Just use any setting powder of your choice. After you are done with that, and we are going to move to the next step, which is the main purpose of this video. So I'm going to be using the Black Opal Even True Foundation for my face, but this shade is the shade Hazelnut and is a bit lighter than me. So I'm going to be mixing it with my Makeup Forever HD foundation because this is a very dark shade. So I'm going to just mix it together and that's it. So here are the things you need to know about foundations. We have different types of foundation. We have the oil-based foundation, we have water-based. If you have an oily skin, please note that you need only water-based foundation and not oily. Run from anything oily. And if you have a dry skin, you can as well use an oily foundation if need be. But nevertheless, try to get a water-based foundation. Foundation comes in different forms. It comes in liquid, it comes in stick foundation, and it comes in powder form. There's some foundations that come in a pot like shape and all those things. So to know your foundation shade, you're advised to always check with your neck. It has to blend with your neck and not the back of your hand. Please take note of that. Starting off, I'm going to start from the lower part of my face. I always start from here just in case I might have an issue, or in case the foundation is not my shade, I will know what to do about it, so that I can easily attack whatever it is that is wrong with my foundation before I move on. So I don't always like to start from the middle of my face. And some people put it all around their face before they start. I don't do that. As I go by with my brush, I'm going to be taking my foundation and I'm going to be working it over my face. Please know that when blending your foundation, you have to blend to your hairline. So that's why I just moved my scarf back a bit, because the foundation has to be blended to the hairline. You cannot just leave it like that. So I just showed you how I apply my foundation using a flat, full kabuki brush. For this other side of my face, I'm going to be showing you how you can use it with your beauty blender or your sponge, your makeup sponge. First thing you need to know is that when you want to use your makeup sponge, it has to be damp. Please note, not wet. You soak it in water, you bring it out, you squeeze the water, you make it damp. It does not need to be dripping of water before you use it. It just needs to be damp and soft. So moving on, I'm going to when I want to apply my foundation with my beauty blender, I just pick the beauty blender I just use the sponge to pick the beauty blender, and I start from the lower part of my face also. Please note how I'm tapping it. I am not just dumping the foundation, or I'm not sweeping like this. You can see that I'm tapping gently into the skin so that it can stay very well. As usual, you move your scarf to the back because you have to blend into the hairline. So I'm just going to use my beauty blender on this side of my face also, just to soak out excess foundation. It's not the way I'm bouncing it. I am not dragging it over my face, and I'm doing it gently and not with it. Please don't always forget that you need to blend downwards to your neckline. You cannot just leave your foundation around your face like that. You need to blend downwards. And whenever I'm blending, if you notice, I'm blending outwards to my hairline. I am not blending into my skin. I am blending outwards. And that's the end of how to apply your foundation. So once you're done with this step, you can go ahead with applying your finishing powder, or you continue with either highlighting and contouring your face and so on. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've been able to learn a thing or two on how to apply your foundation very well. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends. Thank you very much for watching through. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.